Hello everyone, welcome to Taksha by MeroSiksha. I'm Sharma and I'm here with another reading text with me today. So the reading text that I have brought today is supposed to be appear in your question number 3 in your examination. So you can either say this is the third reading passage or the reading text 3. So in this reading text 3, you are supposed to receive different sorts of text type that are, you may also receive a story or a news story or a notice or an advertisement. And the text will be followed by 2 types of comprehension questions. So here I have today with me a news story, and the news story reads, Doraha Chandani dry pot gets environmental approval. So this news story is followed by 2 comprehension questions. So the first question we are supposed to deal with the fill in the blanks, and the second is the answer the following question. So as I have been mentioning before as well, whenever we are dealing with the reading text, we are supposed to go through the question first, and then only we are supposed to get into the text, because in our examination we are not supposed to have a lot of time that we will be able to go to the each and every words that are provided to us in a passage, right? So let us not delay and get into the text itself first. So the first question reads, fill in the blanks with correct words from the text above. So the first question reads, Doraha Chandani dry pot will occupy dash of the area in Kanchanpur. So we are supposed to know the numbers over here. So we are supposed to check the numbers provided to us in the text above. So second reads, the forest clearance guidelines directs the government to plant dash trees to replace a felled tree. So we are supposed to find out what forest clearance guideline directs to the government. So now let us find out the answers of A and B. So here A, and in question number A, let us mark this dry pot as our keyword, and then mark this area as our keyword, and then let us search accordingly. So here let us go to the first paragraph and then the second one. So let us just use the technique of scheming and the scanning whenever we are dealing with these reading passages. So Doraha Chandani dry pot, I don't see any numbers in the first paragraph, so I'm skipping it. So let us get into the second one. So 15 billion construction project is located in Doraha Chandani municipality, Kanchanpur district, and is listed as national priority project by the government. The construction site is spread over 250 bighas, 189 hectares. So here we got the answer. It is 250 bighas or 189 hectares. So Chandani Dora dry pot will occupy 250 bighas, 189 hectares. So now let us move to question number B. So as we have already marked this forest clearance guidelines as our key word for here. So now let us find out what forest clearance guidelines mentioned to the government. So searching for the forest clearance guidelines, our key words. So here I received it in the third paragraph. And the third paragraph reads, so as per the forest clearance guidelines, 10 compensatory trees must be planted for every tree cut for development project. So here we got it. The government is directed to present 10 compensatory trees over here. So our correct answer would be 10 compensatory trees. So now number C, the question number C reads, the project will go ahead with dash funding. So let us mark funding as a keyword over here, and let us go to the question number D as well. New Delhi is far from Doraha Chandani dry pot site. So we are supposed to know the distance, that is kilometer, right? So we are supposed to know the distance between the New Delhi and the Doraha Chandani dry pot. So first of all, let us know about the funding itself. The project will go ahead with funding. Let us search for the funding or the synonyms for the word funding. So here let us begin with the third paragraph itself. So okay, so talking about the funding, I found here synonym for the funding, grant here, and this line reads, the dry port will be built under an Indian grant. So yeah, of course our correct answer here would be an Indian grant. You can either mention a grant or you can just leave it presenting only an Indian itself. So now let us move to question number D, and we are supposed to search for the kilometer. Now let us search for the numbers again. So we don't see any numbers that is connected to the kilometer in paragraph number 3. So let us move to the next paragraph. So here I have seen here two numbers that talks about the distance. One is 245 kilometer and one is 1200 kilometer. So let us find out which one is appropriate for the text. So the site here refers to the Doraha Chandni dry port and is 245 kilometer from India's capital New Delhi. Okay, we got it. So here we are supposed to mark New Delhi is 245 kilometer far from Doraha Chandni dry port. So this is supposed to be over here. So New Delhi is 245 kilometer far from Doraha Chandni dry port site. So I hope you guys are getting me as well. So now let us move to the last question from section A. So that, and the question reads, from the text above it is seen that Nepal dash necessary things and materials from India. Now we have to search for the keywords over here, Nepal, India, and then the necessary things and materials as well. Let us find out over here then. So okay, now let us search for the name of the countries over here and then the materials and all. So you can also search for the synonyms for the materials and the things itself. So here in the third passage itself, it reads, we have been presented with the number of other Indian states, and then here the last line, the project is expected to lower transportation costs and time taken to import goods from India. So what would be the correct answer here? The correct answer would be import itself. So so as we are done with the section number A, let us deal with the another section, that is the number B, and this is followed by the number of questions to us. So here the question reads, what is the estimated construction cost of Doraha Chandni dry port? Let us mark this estimated construction cost as our keyword, and then we will be searching for this. So okay, let us move up in the passage itself. So okay, let us find out the numbers over here. So I can see number here in the very first line of the second paragraph. So that it reads, the rupees 15 billion construction project is located in Doraha Chandni municipality, Kanchanpur district. So okay, that's 15 million. That the cost is 15 million. So what is the estimated construction cost of Doraha Chandni dry port? So it is, so the estimated construction cost of Doraha Chandni dry port is rupees 15 billion. So whenever you are providing answer to the questions, make sure that you provide the answer in a very full and the proper sentence. Okay, so you are not supposed to provide the answer in one word only until and unless they have asked you to provide in only one word. So now let us move to the another question, and the question reads, when was it approved to utilize 63 hectares areas of Gauri Sankar community forest? Here let us be watchful about the word when over here. So it is indicating to the time frame. Now let us search for the numbers again or the time frame, either a month or a date. Now so okay, when was it approved to utilize 63 hectares areas of Gauri Sankar community forest? So here where do you find the Gauri Sankar? Let us search for the Gauri Sankar community forest here. So I have found here in the second paragraph. So now let us read this line. So on April 30, the cabinet cleared the use of 63 hectares inside Gauri Sankar community forest. So okay, we got the answer, that is on April 30 or 30th April. So now, when was it approved? So it was approved to utilize 63 hectares area of Gauri Shankar community forest on 30th April. Okay, so now let's move to the another question, and the question reads, what does the two neighbors in paragraph 3 refer to? So here our keyword would be the two neighbors itself, and we are supposed to check it in the paragraph number 3. Now let us check it in paragraph number 3. So paragraph number 1, 2 and 3 in this paragraph. Let us find out the phrase two neighbors. Here we have, now let us find out which are the two neighbors over here. So okay, let us go through the passage and find out what it is. So who are the two neighbors? So the memorandum of understanding will be signed soon between the two neighbors, said Anish KC, a civil engineering at Nepal Intermodal Transport Development Board. Discussions are at an advanced stage, he said. So we find out one country is Nepal and another can be, of course, it's a India is helping, then of course it's India. So the two neighboring countries mentioned in the paragraph 3 is, or the two neighbors in paragraph 3 refers to two neighboring countries. Two neighbors in paragraph 3 refers to two neighboring countries, Nepal and India. So okay, now let us talk about question number D. Do you think this project will affect positively in nation's economic growth? Why? You are supposed to answer what do you think, and then you are also asked to present your point of view. You are supposed to present your logic as well. So let us find out, do you agree or not? So for that, let us read it and find out. Okay, we have already done till paragraph 3. Now let us move to paragraph number 4 and find out the answer. So Dora Chandni Dry Port will be the first business gateway to India from Nepal's far west, and then it will facilitate trade with other Indian states like Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Punjab and Haryana, expected to lower. Okay, so we have here lots of benefits. So of course, what would be our idea? So do you think the project will affect positively in nation's economic growth? Of course, yes. So what would be our answer? So yes, I think this project will affect positively in nation's economic growth. Why? Because we can here list out number of points. Because it will be first business gateway to India. That is, because it will be first business gateway to India from Nepal's far west, comma, it will also facilitate with other Indian states. So, comma, it will facilitate trade with other Indian states, comma, also it will lower transportation cost and also lower time taken for import. So we have number of points. So yeah, now moving on to the last question. Is this the first attempt of Nepal government to set up a dry port in far western Nepal? Of course, yes, that we have already received the answer, because so in our fourth paragraph, it has mentioned that this dry port will be the first business gateway to India from Nepal's far west. So that is, of course, yes. So yes, is it first attempt? Yes, it is the first attempt. Yes, it is the first attempt of Nepal government to set up a dry port in far western Nepal. So okay, I guess I made you guys clear how we're supposed to search for the answer. You're supposed to go with the keywords. You're supposed to align the keywords, underline the keywords in the question and search accordingly in the passage. So thank you.